It's fall, y'all. Hi, I'm Karen Burchill, Creative Katie. And as we move into fall, as expected, there are some beautiful new fall-themed napkins at NINNYSNAPKINS.com. There's a link in the description box below if you want to go check these out there. In today's video, I'm going to show you some of my favorites from the fall-themed napkins. I'm going to give you some general tips when using napkins in your art journaling or mixed media projects. Then I'm going to give you some specific ideas of how I think I might or could use some of these napkins. I want to inspire you to create. In the next couple of weeks, I am going to use these napkins and create art journal, mixed media, and home decor items. I'm pushing the fall season so that it gives you time, should you like what you see, to find the napkin, get the napkin, and create your own fall-themed projects in time for when fall really comes. First up, we've got some lovely sunflower napkins. I love sunflowers. This one, let me just zoom a little bit down, is called Sunflower. First up is this lovely sunflower napkin. You can go across and get across a 9x12 page. So when I get a shipment of napkins or new stuff in my stash and I'm trying to decide what I want to do with it, one of the things that matters is the size. So I have made myself some window templates, and that allows me, these are the sizes that I create on. I've got 6x6 mixed media board, 6x6 cards. I've got tags, posters, composition books, fridge magnets, 5x7, 6x6, 7x9, and you want to match the images that are on the napkins with the substrate. So using the templates is very helpful. So this napkin is called Sunflower. Love, love, love the colors of this. This bottom part could go on the bottom of a 9x12. You can isolate certain parts of it. I have a 6x6 card. You can go right there, or you can pick a different one. So I can make a card, a 6x6 card with this one. I can make it with this one. And remember, when you order from Ninny's, you can get 2 of each napkin. So this one, I love the colors. I might use those colors in a lot of things. That burnt sienna, it's called Sunflowers. Keeping with the sunflower theme, we have this cute, cute, cute little gnome, Sunflower Wishes and Honeybee Kisses. Again, this one, you can cut out the template, use the sentiment, put your own sentiment on. It's a nice size. Look at that. It might a little small for a tag or a coaster. So this would definitely be maybe a 5x7 art journal page, a 6x6, but definitely a keeper. Keeping in the sunflower theme, this napkin is called Fall Flowers. And look at that blue and those rich, rich, rich colors. I'm loving this. I might water cut out just some of the elements and use them, take them off that blue background, or create a background using that blue, using what the artist of the napkin has done. They've done the work. I can isolate these elements and layer them up in a completely different way. But I'm loving the strikingness of those colors against the blue. So just again, play with it and see what works. This definitely, you're going to see me using that. one more sunflower napkin. This one is called Sunflowers. And again, I just love the colors that are here. We have more of an all over pattern for this. So again, you can get out your templates and decide. This would look good if you decoupage it on a tin. It can be an Insta background on an art journal page, and then you layer up maybe a larger sunflower or a printable of a sunflower with this one. But loving those colors. Again, we've got the blues and the burnt siennas and the yellow oxide. One more sunflower napkin. This one is very different. It's very muted. It's called Whispers of Autumn. And with this one, I might decoupage that down and use my Inktense blocks or watered down acrylics to add color. Turn this into the golden yellow, turn this into a more vibrant teal, blue, what have you. Or I can keep the colors the way they are. The other thing that I tend to do with napkins is I rough cut some of the images out. So that way I can grab my page and put that on there and see how it fits. This is a 7x10. So this is probably what I might do with this one. It fits pretty much there. I might overpaint a little bit to extend the leaves, or by the time you put a border on, you're not going to have it. Sentiment up here, and we've got it done. If you're liking the muted colors, we have several others in this fall collection with that muted color. This one's called Blue Autumn Basket. And again, what I've done is I've rough cut out the element, and that allows me to place it on a page, whether I've created the background or not. So I can place that there. I would cut out another one and maybe have two of the same kind. Look at the other napkins. This one, I'll give you the name of it. Maybe you're going to mix and match. A lot of times when the napkins come out, there are several that are in the same color zone, color tones, and you can use that to use more than one napkin on the same page. Those artists have done the work for you. This napkin is called Favorite Leaves. And again, it's in that muted color zone. I could put this down on as an Insta background and then get out my Posca pen and outline. I could pick certain elements and overpaint them, tweaking the colors, and I could mix and match. I could put this element on top of the leaves to create the overall fall look. This napkin is called Pumpkin Trio, again in that muted color scheme, so you can mix and match with them or isolate one of the elements, have that in the corner, fits perfectly on a 7x10. You could layer them up and have more pumpkins if you want a larger page. Now, a lot of these napkins, when you open them up, you're going to get 4 identical images. This is great for making cards. I have a 6x6 card here. Let me just clear this out. You can put that on there and add a fall sentiment. How easy is that? Quick, easy cards, minimal fuss and muss, but beautiful. Also in the muted, in the leaves, but it's a little bit more color here. This Hunted Deer. And this one, you get the deer looking in 2 different ways, which might help with organization or setting up the composition. You can rough cut it. It can go in the corner, put a sentiment, oh dear, missing you dear, what have you. We have kind of a combo here. Both of these are called Autumn Leaf Seam. We have the cocktail size and the regular size. This is a good all over fall leaf pattern. You can isolate one of those leaves, layer them up. I would potentially use both of these napkins, or I might, this is what I do. Cut it off the napkin, because as soon as you cut it out of the napkin, you stop seeing it as a napkin and you start seeing it as an element. And then you can manipulate it around your page and audition it in a variety of sources. So I typically, if I cut this in the thinking stage, what I do when I store them, I'll have one complete napkin and I'll store them inside folded. That goes into the page protector that goes into the binder. And I'll link the video where I show how I store my napkins. So just a reminder, when I cut them, I leave the plies on. That gives a little bit more stability. I will water cut this when I am actually assembling it. But now that I have those elements out, I can lay them on a page, on a card, on whatever substrate that I'm wanting, and I can decide what am I going to do with it. I love that one leaf. I might take a couple of this different size leaves from the other napkin, from this autumn leaf scene, and put that on there. Oh, I think maybe we could do a trio here. And put that then with the background with some texture paste and different things. This key here is cut them out so that you can manipulate them and see what they can do. This napkin is called Fall Bear, and there's another one, they're both cocktail size, called Fall Fox. Now there's a lot going on this page, but for this tiny little thing, what you can do, because basically you get 4 identical images, but what I did is cut them apart. I've isolated this, so the bear could go on a card there. This element can go here, and now I've made my own. Maybe I put one there, one there. None of this is going bad. Now this part of the napkin, which is right in here, when I cut it out, look at that. It is a perfect border for my 7x10 page. I can put the bear here or put a different focal image with these beautiful leaves and pine cones. Loving the possibilities of this one, and this one is exactly the same. I can harvest the border, use that, mix and match. This cocktail napkin is called Beautiful Harvest, and I might just put it's 5x5, I might just cut it out, use the entire panel on a 6x6 card, and then I would take one of the colors from here, probably the burnt sienna or the green, and make a border with some pattern in it and glue that down on there. Alternatively, you can cut out the element. I can get out my wheat stencil and add that. When a napkin has a background that is not white, you have to either go with that background and recreate that. I would still water cut this to get that deckled edge, which I find disappears a lot better than a straight cut. I would water cut it in here, and then I would paint the background the same color. This is unbleached titanium, and I would try to get as close to that as possible. This napkin is called Indian Corn, and I would use that as a focal, and again, I would just make my border. I might again use that burnt sienna. So if I was doing a bunch of fall cards, that's what I would do. This one is called Joyride, and the bicycle goes both ways. You get 4 images, and you got those lovely fall colors. Again, pick a sentiment, make your border with burnt sienna or the green or some color that's in there. Add some pattern with stencils or stamps along the border to make it interesting. Easy peasy card. Another beautiful fall cocktail napkin. This one's called Fall Leaves Mason Jar. I think I'm going to cut 3 of them and place them. You could do a card in the same way. I could do a major amount of Thanksgiving type thank you cards, fall themed cards, but I might on a 9x12 put 3 of those. Then maybe, as I'm going, because we're going to mix and match with what we have, I could put this border here. So play with your various napkins. And once you have elements cut out, it's pretty easy to start to do that. And this one's called Checkered Leaves. So you can cut out the different elements, water cut them out, and layer them up however you want. This can be an Insta background. What would you do with this one? So we have just a few more before we're going to close down this video. This one, I, again, love the colors. You get 4 identical images with the stack of books, the coffee cup. Again, the colors are perfect. This is called Reading Time. Doesn't this just bring you back to sweater weather and just curling up with a good book? You can mix and match it with other napkins that have a similar tone, or just make your own background with that. So that's Reading Time. This would make a perfect card. It will fit nicely on a 7x10. So this one, oops, let's go down, is called Autumn Birch. And you got this lovely, rich, warm color scheme with the burnt siennas and the yellows. You can use this as an Insta background. You can put your bear in front of it, or this one can go because the color scheme works. I dare say you might be able to put the pumpkins on there, play with it, or get some printables or digital stamps that will go on that. But I'm loving the color scheme. Then you can stencil on it. This I definitely think I'd be using as an Insta background. Here is another one that I think I might use as an Insta background. Loving the colors. Again, you've got the same tones in this and this. So I could have a band of this, a band of that in my journal, a band of this. I can also do with this, cut out circles or triangles and glue those down as collage papers with all of this. And then you put it on with your background. You like the hexagon shape, do a hexagon. And use that as a design element on your page. Just even as I'm doing this, I am getting more ideas. This one, I can also cut out this part, and that can be on a corner of an art journal page, as you've seen me do numerous times. This would also look good. I'm thinking on a coaster. Look at that. Look how lovely. Fall coasters. And you can get these wood coasters off of Amazon. They could be round, they could be this shape. How beautiful. This would also look good decoupaged on a tin or one of these. This napkin is called Voice Landscape, and it has these beautiful colors. And again, this could be a coaster. I could also do cutout shapes, and you're getting different colors, and then that could go on to my page. This would also make a great Insta background. I could put this on top. This actually works rather well together. So I'm excited about this one because while it looks relatively plain, it's not. I could also harvest borders for a page. I can just cut along the lines that exist, or I could just do straight and make Insta borders for my pages that have a lot of interest. Go this way instead. And that would border your page. Now, the last napkin that I have, I absolutely adore these colors. This just is everything fall that I love. It's got that teal, the burnt sienna, the orange. This would work good as an Insta background. You can cut out and make a border with this as well. You can mix and match because we've got the same colors. Now remember, once you have, if this is your focal image and you think, oh my gosh, that's so busy, you will be highlighting or shading around this to make this pop out. So this is called Watercolor Pumpkins. I see myself making coasters with this. And I can just do random, and all the coasters, you'll have a set of 4 coasters and they're all going to be the same color. Put on a sentiment that goes with fall, with pumpkins. Alternatively, again, you can cut out circles and use that on a page as a design element. You can also cover tins with them. One napkin, I can go around. I would just decal it at the top and have a set of 3 coasters. So that brings me to the end of the preview of some of the napkins that are available at Ninny's Napkins. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell so you're notified of upcoming videos, because you will be seeing me turn these napkins into mixed media art journaling projects. If you're looking for ideas, hit that subscribe button.